On assignment manager Mark Liu at the desk got some major breaking news to tell you about a crash involving a bus and a gravel truck in Santa Clarita. Now, these are live pictures from SkyCal. You can see a huge amount of damage between these very large vehicles. This is an extremely fresh accident, and now as SkyCal makes an orbit, we are seeing this for the first time as well. It looks like there is a small passenger car, that white vehicle, also involved here. This is at Golden Valley Road and Center Point Parkway in the Santa Clarita area. Now, LA County Fire says they responded here just about 25 minutes ago. It was 9:45 with a report of a multi-vehicle collision here, and you can see the damage. Now, there's that white car, there's this large big rig carrying what appears to be gravel, and then there's a Santa Clarita Valley transit bus right there also involved. Now, this was a key part of the concern for LA County firefighters because there were passengers on this bus. We are hearing there are as many as 13 people on this bus. One of them may have been suffering from critical injuries. There was also a report that there may have had to been what's called an extrication, where someone was trapped. Now, we don't know what vehicle that person was trapped in, but LA County firefighters did have to use tools in order to get one of those patients out of there. Now, you can see here, this appears to be a small makeshift triage area where there are some people from that bus that don't appear to have too many injuries, but this entire intersection here is closed. Golden Valley Road at Center Point Parkway. This is right across the street from something called the Santa Clarita Valley Sports Complex, if you're familiar with the area. But you can see LA County Sheriff's deputies are up there as well. Multiple ambulances you see there on the left side of your screen. We don't know if anybody has actually been rushed to the hospital yet. There's that sports complex that I was talking to you about. This is a major intersection right in the north part of Santa Clarita. Now, we don't have a cause yet on this crash, but you can see lots of damage to all of the vehicles involved here, and there are injuries, certainly, that LA County fire paramedics are going to be dealing with here. We apologize for the signal breaking up. SkyCal trying to tune in to the right mountaintop there to get a strong signal. Now, this appears to be a fourth vehicle also involved here, another white sedan, very severe damage to the front. It looks like the airbags went off. So you can see lots of things for LA County firefighters have to deal with all at the same time. And again, we do know that at least one person had to be cut from one of these vehicles. We don't have really a condition on any of the drivers here, but at least one person wasn't critical, and there were patients on that bus. It looks like everyone has been able to get off of that bus, as we don't see firefighters going in there anymore. But all of that gravel that big rig was carrying, it has now spilled over onto the side. This is going to be a massive cleanup. And of course, this area is going to be closed to make sure that everything gets taken care of that firefighters need to do, including treating patients. And it looks like now as SkyCal goes around on that bus and gets a better look, the entire window on the driver's side of the bus has been smashed out, which likely meant that there was glass everywhere. Certainly that could have caused injuries to people on this bus. This must have been terrifying for those that were riding that Santa Clarita transit bus through this area. But Amy and Chris, you can see this intersection is going to be closed for at least the next several hours. This is a major crash. There has to be, of course, the treatment of everybody that was injured here, and of course the investigation. And then they're going to have to clear this all up. It's going to require some very heavy-duty tow trucks. But the first concern is, of course, the injured.
Yes, definitely, Mark. And we see that this is a large intersection, and you can't help but notice those skid marks that are going through that intersection that look like they are from the trail of that truck, which, I mean, a truck that size is going to be tough to stop, you know, with all that gravel in there. And certainly that white car there really seems to be taking a lot of the damage right there.
Yeah, that's a really great eye. It does look like those skid marks are coming from that large big rig, and it was carrying a full double load of gravel. So a huge amount of force behind that vehicle. You know, force is mass times acceleration. We don't know how fast that truck was going or why those skid marks were there, if it was swerving to get out of the way, or if the driver lost control, or there was some issue with the bus or those other two cars, or if there was another vehicle that was involved here that is not at the scene. We just don't know that. This is a very fresh crash scene right now. LA County Sheriff's deputies are securing that crash scene as firefighters from LA County Fire are doing the work. Again, we see a small, what looks like triage area right outside the bus. Some people sitting down. They may have had very minor injuries. Everybody is going to get checked out by paramedics before they are released. But we do know that at least one person here was injured pretty badly. It was described as a critical injury on the scanner. And there was actually some reports also that somebody needed to be cut from one of these vehicles. Don't know if that's the bus or if that was one of those white vehicles here, but it looks like the driver of that big rig, I see what appears to be the door open there. So hopefully the driver of that big rig was able to get out on their own.
Yeah, it's definitely going to take a lot of work to clean this area up. Of course, we will let you update you about all the injuries, what exactly caused this. So make sure to stay here with CBS LA.